Honorable Chair Lady Steele, Board of Supervisors, and public in general. My name is Ilya Tseglin. This is additional for each of the Board of Supervisors, attorney. I am the voice of my autistic son Nate, an innocent person who was kidnapped 3 times, tortured, and exterminated with the assistance of government official for personal profiteering, corrupted official from public funding. I am also the voice of people. There is a reason of public safety when the recent survey into the fears of average American indicated that the corruption of the government official is the top of the all few very people who are afraid of the government. Notice, review the report that I left for you now and in the display projected on the screen. The probate case 824-6780, then you admit then that corruption head of the public defender office, Sharon Petrosina, is scam with their pseudo-juris doctor type as Terry Bianchi, Mike Hill, juris doctor type as the other 400 members public department constitute in corruption, lies, cheat, cover up, and illegal activity from public money.
Thank you.
Hello, Honorable Board of Supervisors, Robert Tseglin, brother of Nate Tseglin. As I've stated before, my brother Nate Tseglin was removed 3 times from his home, and despite that, he was released by 3 different judges, by 3 separate writs of habeas corpus, and in contempt of that release, he's been placed in the 903 South Harmon Group Home by the Regional Center of Orange County, placed there for nearly over 3 years and placed on dangerous psychotropic drugs. And despite that, you have, as my father alluded to, the Public Defender's Office and Adult Protective Services, but I would say at least the Public Defender's Office job is if an individual is claiming that he has seizures and his life is in danger and they're poisoning him on these drugs. And despite that, the medical records are concealed. Obviously, they deny physical abuse, but psychotropic abuse and seizures are something very easily provable and disprovable, and yet not only the DDS is concealing the medical records, but the public defender is involved in just either ignoring it or just simply refusing to release those records or obtain them. And so you have a case of an individual who's illegally confined, and in addition to that, in addition to the legal removal of the conservatorship, now he's being basically allegedly poisoned to death on dangerous drugs and continues to allege that he has severe seizures and becoming unconscious and so forth. And despite that, the Adult Protective Service social worker or social workers just seem to ignore it or tell him that he's not having seizures and or that he's lying and so forth. And so now the biggest danger to his life is the, I would say, the psychotropic abuse. And so that's something very provable. So if the Board of Supervisors hopefully will have a chance to intervene, that will be helpful to save his life and reunite him.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Prior to Ilya Tseglin's court hearing, a young woman came up to me and asked me about why I wear this medical kidnapping T-shirt. And I told her there's an illegal business going on Central Justice Center, 4th floor, forced conservatorships. In Ilya's case, they falsely demonized him and his wife of abusing his own autistic son. The DA maliciously prosecuted. That's why Ilya stands here. After the hearing, of course, his motion was denied. The sheriff came up to me and said that he had received a complaint, and if he gets another one, I'm going to be escorted out in handcuffs. So I'm not talking between, and I was only, talking to 7 people. I'm feeding the pigeons outside a courtroom door. I'm now talking before 7.5 billion people. So I hope there's a busybody, because I want to report a crime. And it's a criminal act that you guys are complicit in. because I gave you an invoice that's going to the Attorney General today. On 11/8, when you voted the public out of this meeting, I gave you an invoice of tax fraud committed against the state of California. And what did you guys do? You removed it from the public record. So now I'm giving you another report to the Attorney General exposing your tax fraud bill. Every time I get up here, the reason why it's an illegal business, and it's called whitewash and cover-up, which is worse than the crime, by the way. And you guys commit, now, if people behind me commit tax fraud, IRS, franchise tax, they're going to be ugly on an ape, they're going to be jumped over. Well, I think you guys should be just as vulnerable because you guys covered up a tax fraud crime syndicate going on the fourth floor of Central Justice Center on the guise of forced conservatorship. And earlier I heard you giving something to the seniors. I know one senior's got glued, screwed, and tattooed by this board. Her name's Tanya Kludmilkin. $8,000 better be paid today. That tax levy should be paid today, or you are complicit with tax fraud against the state of California.
Mr. Club.
Other than that,
Thank
you guys
very
are doing a
much.
great
Next
job.
speaker, please.
We're out here on Harmon Street and Flight Avenue. Robert and Tseglin had just arrived, and we were going to try to go visit. I'm not sure if they're going to be admitting me, be able to tape in there. I am going to keep my camera down because once we're in there, it would be private property, so they could ask me to leave. I'm not sure what will happen at this point. We're just making sure that he could visit and try to see if we could get any questions at this point. So we will follow Mr. Tseglin and Robert. How you doing there?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I will explain this scenario. We are going there. I will call them. They will a little bit open the door and say that most likely Nate does not want to see you. Or they will say that, okay, you can come inside, but I have to check you. They want to check me my pockets.
Okay.
And they say, no, you cannot touch me, you cannot check me.
Right.
So after they say, okay, they can say, let me call to my boss. So after they say, okay, Nate doesn't want to talk to me, they will say. After I say, okay, I will not go inside. Robert wants to talk to him. And they say, oh, Robert is not allowed also.
Well, could you have them say that you want to see him probably outside? If they could bring Nate outside?
No,
they won't do that.
Allowed.
No.
No. So I will now turn on my sound.
Okay.
And could you make a movie?
Yeah, I am recording now.
Okay.
I'm going live. So it seems like here's where they're detaining Nate Tseglin for years now. His dad and brother have been trying to get the courts to release him to custody. I'm going to put my phone down a little. So.
Get your you want me to get it for you?
No, he will come, he can take.
Nate, come. Do you want me to get the bag for you?
Nick, I want to talk to you.
Can we talk to him?
wants to talk to you.
Is there any way we could actually visit with him?
No, there's no recording allowed. Sorry.
Well, are you doing okay, Nate? Could we just have an answer from him? Could he at least
Sorry.
let us know that he's doing okay?
Yeah, he's okay. He said he didn't want to talk.
Okay, but
Okay.
he wants to talk to his brother.
He said he doesn't want to talk to
No,
you.
why he cannot say?
You
Why?
guys are recording, so.
Could we have him? Could we have him
He
say
already
that?
said that.
I mean, could we hear him say that?
Nate, can I talk?
Nate? Okay. So it seems like they don't want him to even answer for himself.
Yes. They don't give him to even to talk to us. They say, but something, they say, you're recording. What is the business I'm recording or not? The
Right.
question,
If
I
they
want-
didn't have nothing to hide, it wouldn't be a problem.
Let me go inside. They don't want me to talk. And every time they want the reason. He is not recording, so why he cannot talk?
Right.
It's complete.
So there is in no way you could even have any conversation with Nate
No,
through the
they
phone,
don't allow.
through the
They-
phone or anything.
No. They disconnected the phone.
Mhm.
So now I cannot even talk to him on the phone. And Nate wants to talk to me on the
Mhm.
phone. They don't allow Robert to talk on the phone. They don't allow Robert to talk here.
Mhm.
So they completely, the community not allowed to come. They did completely disconnected him, keep in isolation, keep from family and community, hide what they do to him. Because he wants to talk to us. He has sometimes hundreds times per day seizures because of the drugs. They use him like a dumping ground for harmful drug. They don't. He has EPS. It's reaction from the drugs. He keeps in isolation, and they choking him, and he is losing conscious. And they want to cover everything, just not to allow nobody to talk, not allow him communicate on the phone. He is completely disconnected from the world. This is against probate law.
Mhm.
I can take book, and every pages of the book I have with me, they write opposite what they do to him. He has to have a community. He has to have participate in religious service. He has to have physical exercises. Even in the jail, they have every 1 hour per day physical exercises.
Right.
He does not. He cannot talk to community. He cannot go to the library. He cannot go to the work. He cannot do anything. Just sit here. They dump to him drugs. Not related to him. His condition is Asperger's syndrome. What Asperger's syndrome has to do with psychotropic drugs? And everything is covered up. They have a connection with police. If I call the police coming, they chase me away and cover them up. If I go to social services, I few hundreds times reported what they do to him. Isolation, choking, seizures, hurting him, keeping in isolation. He does not, sometimes he even not allowed to walk outside for half a year, 6 years. What is a human being?
Are the courts? Is he? I mean, has he been showing up at the courts, or is just?
No, they don't allow him to go to the court. In the court, they make a puppet show. The judge is corrupted, especially Judge Hubbard. She every time when I'm coming to her, she is always on the side of them. She never did not check. I have a hundreds time wrote about the, what they doing to him. If I'm wrong, why they did not want to check and say that, okay, look, he has a good life here, societies, community, work, study, everything. You say everything wrong. No, she never did not want allowed to check my facts. Because she knows that I'm right. I'm always correct. If police preparing report, sometimes honest police coming, and they not connected in this mafia deal, and they say, okay, they want to connect. They make a report, a decent report. They want to take him away. They call to social services, and it stopped. The social services say, no, you cannot go. Take him away. They police say, I cannot do anything. They make a report of his abuse. Or he admitted that they choked him. Police say that it's wrong. I would say that give me report. I want to read this report. They will give me report. Public defender that's supposed to be on my son's side, she is playing as attorney on their side because she never did not presented the case what my son want. It's like I said, you're going to the court. Judge ask public attorney. Public attorney say, what regional center want? Public attorney, it's an attorney for regional center. Actually, for Nate, but she is performing like attorney for regional center. She say, what regional center say? Judge never did not ask her, what is your client's wants? What is the question? What regional center works? This is against probate court law. It's against Lanterman Act. On the basis of Lanterman Act, working regional center, working DTS, supposed to. But they dump everything law in another side. They make their own law. They have a law of corrupted mafia.
Have you pursued any other lawyers that
Yeah.
could help you?
You see, when we find out that what they doing, it's a obstacle to justice, we say, okay, look, we want to save government money. We want our lawyer. Government should not spend money on public attorney.
Right.
It's better. So came community leader, rabbi, and says that, look, my community selected our attorney. And judge say, no, I want public attorney. So she signed public attorney because they know how they can play the game.
Yeah, manipulate.
And when she assigned the public attorney, she assigned also Robert, what is the name? Attorney, guardian ad litem. So you see what they do? Double play the game. They assign the same public defender who did not care of his client and give her authority double as a guardian ad litem. So now she talk as attorney on his side and guardian ad litem as a person independent supposed to that talk about Nate. So they have all the law reversed to the side of unlawful. And we have to do this now to deal. mafia. It's a completely mafia. They are killing my son in this like a concentration camp, making money. I tell the judge, let me prove every month Luis Pena, this owner of this group, and Larry Landauer, who are director of regional center, and DDS director Nancy Bergman. Nancy Bergman received around 4-5 billion per year for disabled. What they do, they have 21 regional center, like Orange County Regional Center. They just distribute this money, the same as just Luis Pena, and Luis Pena make each month, and my son, 25,000 profit. You can imagine, 25,000 profit on one client. Profit. I don't say.
And that's
they
coming
give
from
him-
tax dollar.
Yeah,
tax.
that's from tax dollar.
Right.
It's a public money. That's how they 5 billion they used to profiteering their own pocket. So that is going on and on. It's a fascism. They are killing people. It's a concentration camp for disabled. And disabled, like every day, coming families, and they just took away from family right, caring family, to have their children, give them treatment, give them life, because they want to make money.
Yeah, it's just a whole corrupt system that
Absolutely.
we see. So I might get you to talk to a lawyer, one of our lawyers that I just met not too long ago. He's an activist. He's a family lawyer, criminal. So I probably will give you I'll give you the number after this. But yeah, it seems like if they didn't have nothing to hide, they would at least have him say that he didn't want to talk to you.
I am absolutely correct. My case in probate court A 246780, 10,000 pages of the fact. Any person, even not attorney, can come look at the case. They will see pure corruption of the system. The media, they don't want to cover it.
Right, the mainstream media won't cover anything has to do with government or system.
They just work together.
Right, it's just
Every work
corporation.
together.
It's a big corporate system. So, anyways, yeah. When this all happened back in with child supportive services,
It's 10 years is going on.
10 years.
This unconstitutional, anti-law, corrupted game to steal public money for corrupted employees.
So this happened in 2007,
Yeah,
and
until now.
yeah, how old was your son then?
He was taken a teenager, underage, 17 years old, and now he's 27.
Yeah, under what pretense did it?
False report fabricated by public school, by social services from regional center. I have documents in my file. The regional center called to police asking them to arrest my son to take away conservatorship. What does it mean? This by itself, the documents. They call to police not to enforce law. but enforce violation of the law. And social services knows about that. It should be a person completely blind, don't see what they do to my son. And they all going together. They
Right.
cover each other and have a good, quiet earning, taking away public money, stealing public money, and killing innocent people.
Well, I'm sorry to hear all this dilemma that you've been going through for the past 10 years, and hopefully, hopefully we're able to do something about it, and hopefully this lawyer will give you more of a advice.
Yeah.
And
You see?
public lawyers are just part of the system.
Yeah. You see, the lawyer scared to take the case because they scared for retaliation. My attorney, who took my case to the trial, they suspended license from him.
Wow.
My doctor, honest doctor, who knows what they going and give honest advice, is in jail now for nothing.
Wow. So it's,
My attorney, another attorney from community, he came, they did not allow to come inside. He sit on this bench. I can show you the bench.
yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, he
Sure,
sit on the bench until he say, I cannot do anything. And they threaten him. Every person who is coming, they want to know his name, and after they threaten him. It's just like mafia.
Wow. This is just a residential. And what's the name of the corporation that's?
The regional center, Orange County Regional Center CEO Larry Landauer has a budget about 400 million. He has 20,000 clients, and he employ Luis Pena, owner of the company, money laundering. So he receiving government money. He is not a government corporation, even though he has a clients from regional center and from social services. Conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So how they can make anything against Luis Pena if he's have on the pay list of the social services? So he is receiving 50,000 each month for my son for treatment and for services. He pay this guard, uneducated, untrained, and pay, from my estimation, about 20,000 per month because they have few shifts. He reduce amount of guards, and the last of it, around 25,000 each month, he live for themselves, doing nothing. Nothing services, nothing treatment, just dumping in his body harmful medication to make everybody happy. They share the money.
Right. Pharmaceutical company. And
Yeah,
yeah, they got a part of that.
you
Oh.
get some profit. Everybody can get profit.
Okay. Well, we'll try to see what we could do. In essence, that you're still going with this dilemma for 10 years.
Yes.
So at this point, I guess there's no point in going in because they already shut the door on us.
Yes.
So, well, Mr. Tseglin,
Thank
I
you.
wish you luck. Robert. Okay. Thank you. This is Lenovo People's Media. Hi.
Hello.
Do you think I could get a statement from you on your side of the situation?
There's no situation.
Well, because I'm hearing one side, and I would like to hear your side
I
on it.
understand, but I'm not willing to give a statement right now. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. Okay. Well, as you can see, they're not willing to talk to us, to give us the other side of what Mr. Tseglin has given us. So when they're not willing to give us a statement, then they're hiding something. So sometimes I know it might be personal, but at this point, it's no longer personal. It's Luno, People's Media.